and welcome to the biggest morning show. This is the AM Club. If this is your very first time tuning in, thank you so much for giving us, that audience. And of course, my name is Kojo Sei, and this show is coming to you live from MX24 Studios at Oleander Street, East Legon, Accra. Now, our mission is quite simple. We're here to amplify, inform, and inspire you with our fun, fearless, and fact-driven on-air experience. And yes, we kick off with some inspiration. The hashtag is My Daily Dose of Him, giving you an inspiring way to start your morning, right? After that, quickly, we get straight into Coffee Daily. We're recapping everything that is trending, including Sina Soul. Yes, you just saw that music video coming in from Sina Soul. She's on the chopping block. And a lot of her friends who are musicians have come to her defense. We'll get into that pretty shortly. For a big conversation, we are hosting Kojo Sei, a model, stylist, and a set designer on Fashion Wednesday with Diana Edinam Kumbey. Yes, when it comes to Wednesday, we take our fashion style to a different, whole new game. And on the block, we're throwing the spotlight on Fill the UPSA Auditorium with Moses B. Arthur. Remember, you're a major part of this show, so join us online. The hashtag is hashtag the AM Club, and our handles are at MX24GH on every single platform. I repeat, every single platform. You don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is MX24GH. Follow MX24 on Ayoba. Join the MX24 channel for updates, or send us your messages via our Ayoba number, that's 05922292746. Kindly visit the MX24 app to catch up on all the fun, the excitement of the AM Club shows featuring engaging conversations, thrilling live segments, and exclusive content you cannot afford to miss. You can also reach us via our WhatsApp number 0550331511. Send in your comments, your reactions to everything that we cover right here on the show. You have somebody celebrating his or her birthday, you don't have a gift for that person, why don't you just send the person's name and where the person is living or wherever the person may find him or herself, and we'll do justice to it for you. Straight to My Daily Dose of Him. It's time for DDOV right here on the show, and as always, we get inspired by amazing personalities. Their hard work, their contributions, their sacrifices have left that indelible mark on us, so we cannot do away with that. Now today, we're focusing on Kennedy Ohene Japong, born 16th of June 1960. He's a Ghanaian politician and a businessman who represented Asin Central in Parliament as a member of the New Patriotic Party. He was first elected as the Member of Parliament in 2000 to the seat of Asin North. He retained his seat in the year 2004 and 2008 parliamentary elections. In 2012, he was elected in the new seat of Asin Central and was re-elected in 2016. He also retained his seat in the 2020 general elections. He was the chairman of the Parliament's Defense and Interior Committee under the Kufuor-led administration, Mahamudu Bawumia. He is known for his fiery oratory skills and persona. He also contested for the flag bearership of the New Patriotic Party in the year 2024. Interesting. Well, let's hear it from Honorable Kennedy Japong.
God is listening to everybody in the world. All the people are chanting. Are you the only person chanting? No. He has given us brains. If God wanted us to chant 24 hours, he would have created us just like animals, and these birds flying all over the place. They don't plant anything. They go there, they eat, and they go to bed. God has created us as superior human beings. Wake up in the morning and ask yourself, ask God, is that the image of you? You said you've created me in your own image. So I want to know, God, if this is the image of you in me, then show me the way also to make it in life. God is listening to everybody in the world. All the people are chanting. Are you the only person chanting? No. He has given us brains. If God wanted us to chant 24 hours, he would have created us just like animals, and these birds flying all over the place. They don't plant anything. They go there, they eat, and they go to bed. God has created us as superior human beings. Wake up in the morning and ask yourself, ask God, is that the image of you? You said you've created me in your own image. So I want to know, God, if this is the image of you in me, then show me the way also to make it in life. God is listening to everybody in the world. All the people are chanting. Are you the only person chanting?
God created us in his own image. So when you look at your neighbor, or you look at yourself personally before you even look at your neighbor, you know that you're asking yourself questions. Yes, sometimes, we understand that you would ask yourself certain questions. Yeah, especially when things are not going on well, things look a little bit gloomy. You're asking yourself, is this who I was created? Did God create someone like me? Why? You keep on asking questions. But, you cannot ask God any question, because we are the ones who are looking forward to time. We are the ones looking forward to time. With God, there is no timing. I mean, we are the ones who know that we are keeping time. Okay, it's 15 past 7. It's this, it's that. No, for God, by now it could be 2,000 years now. Your timing, which is 7:15 or 7:16, to God is just, So sometimes we think that, let's speed things up. God, please kindly speed things up. He chooses when he wants to speed things up, and he chooses when he wants to, bring things back. And the fact that God is keeping you in the waiting doesn't mean that he doesn't want the good for you, or doesn't mean that he doesn't want things to happen fast for you. Because for God, there is no timing. And that is something that we should start learning, that with God there is no timing. But we are the ones on earth, and we are keeping to time. With God, there is no timing. Anyways, that's a wrap for our daily dose of Vim for today. Time for us to take a quick look at major happenings across the world next. Getting straight into Coffee Dailies, brought you can courtesy Carbo Coffee. Carbo Coffee stays there with you every single moment. But before that, let's get into some music. Here it is. It's coming in from Sister Ifya. And yes, it's a Wednesday at WCW for that matter. Aswade coming in from Sister Ifya. Enjoy. We'll be right back. Club coming to you live from MX24 Studios, Orlando Street, East Legon, Accra. It's now time for Coffee Daily with Carbon Coffee now. Time for us to get into everything that is trending, in-depth stories. But hey guys, let's talk about something we all want, success. Everybody wants it, everybody dreams of it. We all aspire to succeed and make a mark in life. We push ourselves to excel, enduring challenges along the way just to be successful. Charlie, when the work gets tough, and I bet you it will, you need that extra boost to keep pushing forward. And on those days where you need someone to be there for you, Carbon Coffee will be by your side. It's a rich, creamy 3-in-1 blend with the great taste that will kickstart your day. Whether you are working or just creating memories with friends and loved ones, Carbon Coffee will be there with you every moment. So no matter where you're at, as you chase after those goals, keep Carbon Coffee close to stay motivated and going. Remember, Carbon Coffee is with you every moment. Now, our guesting is on standby. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Kojo. How am I doing? I mean, I'm fine. How are you?
Charlie, the rains are.
Oh, it rained?
Yeah, it rained.
Yesterday?
Really? It didn't rain at your end?
No, it didn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rains were heavy. Yesterday night, the rains were heavy at my end. So I don't know. I don't know whether it didn't rain here too as well, because I mean, coming.
Yeah,
in the
place
morning,
looked dry.
The place looked dry too as well. But my end, it was pretty heavy. It was pretty heavy.
Showers of blessings.
The rains are in. A lot of things are trending. I'm seeing some interjections of I don't know, the ECG containers here and there. I think there's something that is there. Yeah. Something of that sort. I saw something of that sort.
Yeah. And plus, you know, the conversation about the press conference by the minority yesterday about the Kotoka International Airport being used as a transit point for illegal drugs. And you know, over the past few weeks or over the past few months, the conversation has been heavy on the crackdown on illicit drugs in the country, opioids, cocaine, some narcotic drugs as well. Yesterday, the minority held a press conference, and it was led by the ranking member on the Defense Committee of Parliament, Reverend Intim Fojo, who is the member of Parliament for the Asin South constituency in the Ashanti region, where he made some, they chose to call it intelligence they have, that the minority has, but I don't think we would want to call them intelligence. We just want to call it some, what's the word? Because intelligence is too big. If you say you have intelligence, that means that you have more than enough evidence to point at a particular thing. But then, that aside, they claim they have intelligence. That yesterday a flight landed at the Kotoka International Airport, and that flight was alleged to have some persons who were seeking medical help. But unfortunately, according to them, that flight had some cocaine and some drugs on board, which was, you know, Ghana was being used as the middle belt to transport these drugs. So yeah, we've had some response from the president, but we'll get into that in our stories as well.
Yeah,
yesterday, MX24.
I think the president also did mention that I think he's added Honorable Fojo.
Yeah,
as part of
the investigation
investigations,
process,
and that's laudable because he's. I mean, someone would say he's not.
Well, I think that it is the step in the right direction, because if you claim you have intelligence,
exactly, then
you should provide the intelligence to the NIB
to be able to be part of it.
Yeah.
I'm also hearing that the CEO of DVLA is also saying that
that particular conversation,
Guru Boys, you're going to find a way of
operationalizing their work.
Yes, so it looks more. What do you think about that?
It is not going to be a problem if they work legally. That is my concern. If it is going to be legal, I really do not have a concern.
Well, the term Guru Boys,
exactly.
is illegal.
If probably they, after they are, I'm sure, because he said that they are going to be taken through some rigorous process to be able to understand the processes at DVLA, and then they will be able to execute those taxes. So I think that once they go through that process, they do not become Goro Boys anymore.
Yeah,
they become more
agents.
or less like DVLA staff.
Yes.
So I mean, we are all crying for jobs. So if this
but what he's trying to say, I think for me, if he is going to make it legal, then I mean that's a point of employment.
Right.
You get it.
Right.
Because this time around, it's not like I'm cutting corners to make money.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm being an agent just in case. Okay, so let's say the company, the same way maybe a company needs, let's say, a service, and well, I'm the middleman, so I'm bringing the service to you, and then at the end of the day, I get my cut.
Right.
Fair enough. I mean, it works. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
It works. Well, anyways,
we get into
with that being said, let's get into our stories.
Let's get into our stories for this morning. My name is Augustine Edinam Kumbey. Now, let's first off start off as President John Dramani Mahama has directed a comprehensive investigation into allegations of drug trafficking and money laundering involving 2 suspicious flights at the Kotoka International Airport. Now, these allegations were raised by Reverend Intim Fojo, Member of Parliament for the Ascent South constituency, and the ranking member on the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament. Now, he said this during a press conference yesterday, April 1, 2025. Let's take a listen to him.
Air Med flights and Kavok Air private jets transporting suspected cocaine and cash. Ladies and gentlemen, on another security matter related to our airspace, the Minority Caucus calls on national security to, as a matter of urgency, make public the content of cargo suspected to be cocaine and cash transported into the country by 2 suspicious flights, namely Air Med flights NH23AM and Kavok Air private jets Antonov and 12B, which landed on the tarmac of Kotoka International Airport in March 2025 from Gran Canaria, an island of Spain, and departed to the same Gran Canaria days after their arrival. Reliable intelligence intercepted by the Minority Caucus indicates that on March 20th, 2025, Air Med flights N823AM, which is an air ambulance, and I must stress, it's an air ambulance, designed specifically to carry patients, landed at Kotoka International Airport in Accra, Ghana, and remained in the country for 5 days before departing 1 a.m. on March back to Gran Canaria. Our intelligence further persists that no patient was transported by the said Air Med flights, neither to nor from Accra. There is no evidence of medical referral or patients accompanying or on board the flights on either legs of the flights. We are reliably informed that contrary to the expectation that the Air Med flight would carry patients, the purpose for which it was designed and operates, it rather on this occasion carried suspicious cargo suspected to be cocaine and cash in various United States dollars denominations. In a related development, a private jet, Kavok Air Antonov R12B, also landed at Kotoka International Airport on March 12, 2025, from the same island of Spain, Gran Canaria, and remained in the country for 13 days and departed at 6:40 hours, that is 6:40 a.m., on March 25, 2025, to Gran Canaria, the very day Air Med flight also departed to Gran Canaria. While it is intriguing that the 2 suspicious flights would depart to the same location on the same day, even more intriguing is the cargo suspiciously transported by these aircrafts to and from Gran Canaria, an island known for its notoriety in drug trafficking, money laundering, among others. We call on national security to make full disclosure of the content of the cargo carried by these 2 aircraft into the country, as well as the cargo carried out of the country by the same aircrafts to Gran Canaria, consistent with the principle of transparency, among others. We call on national security to make full disclosure of the content of the cargo carried by these 2 aircraft into the country, as well as the cargo carried out of the country by the same aircrafts to Gran Canaria, consistent with the principle of transparency in our collective quest to fighting drug trafficking.
Now, that was the Minister for Asin South constituency, Reverend Intim Fojo, who also serves as the ranking member on the Committee for Defence and Interior in Parliament. Now, let's put this into proper perspectives. Now, he held a press conference together with the minority yesterday to address what they call an intelligence they have with regards to a flight that landed at the Kotoka International Airport with some drugs, according to him, some cocaine on board. But it was said that that flight is more or less like a medical flight where persons aboard that flight were supposed to come to Ghana or were transiting through Ghana on medical purposes. But now let's take us back into some weeks of, you know, a crackdown on the transit of drugs in the country. Now, on February the 9th, 2025, the National Security seized some dollars and gold bars and some fake amount of money. If you would remember, when an intelligence-led operation was led to uncover some 12 containers of some gold bars, some counterfeit Ghana cedi notes, as well as some dollars. Well, the minority led by the ranking on the Ministry of on the Committee for Defence and Interior referenced that and are sorting answers from the National Investigations Bureau (NIB) on what has happened to that, if there have been any if findings have been made to who owns that and what the findings are, what the investigation process so far has been. They want some answers to that. As you can see on your screens, you can see some gold bars, some stashes of cash as well. These were uncovered during an operation led by the National Security. Now, also, some 4 days ago, we brought you a report of some 3.3 tons of cocaine that were seized along the Pedu region, Pedu in the transported to Accra. Now, $350 million is the estimated worth of it. This was also, you know, transported in a tipper truck with heaps of sand on it. I'm giving you this so we understand clearly the perspective of why it's important for us to have some answers to, with regards to the transit of illegal stuff, illegal drugs in the country. We also know that some weeks ago along the Volta region, some individuals were also caught with some amount of cocaine. We've also had the rise of opioids, especially red, among the youth, which has become a growing concern, a growing health issue for health experts in Ghana. But now President John Dramani Mahama released a statement last night in response to the allegations or the intelligence as said by Reverend Intim Fojo, where the president has instructed Reverend Intim Fojo to liaise with the Bureau to help sort out some answers. But now let's walk you through the statement by the presidency, and this was on his official page on all social media pages, but this particular one was referenced from X. And my attention has been drawn to allegations made at a press conference by an honorable member of Parliament, Reverend Intim Fojo, regarding 2 suspicious flights arriving at the Kotoka International Airport suspected to be involved in drug trafficking and money laundering. Government takes all allegations seriously, and to ensure a thorough and transparent investigation, I have directed all relevant investigative agencies, including the Narcotics Control Commission, the Police CID, the National Investigations Bureau, that's NIB, and the National Security Coordinator to immediately and fully collaborate with the Honourable Member of Parliament. So he provides all necessary information to investigate the allegations and take all actions necessary to expose any drug dealing. We will maintain zero tolerance for using Ghana as a transit or final destination for drugs or drug trafficking. The NIB made a high-profile bust of drugs last week with a street value of $350 million. Now, that was the president's statement, and he has also referenced the fact that last week, that was some 4 days ago, the Narcotics Control Commission, together with the NIB, seized some $350 million worth of drugs in the country. Now, we know that this government has led the charge, especially in the beginning of the year towards now, has led the charge actively for the crackdown against corruption and the using Ghana as a transit point for drugs and drug trafficking related offences. We will bring you up to date with regards to what happens with regards to the investigation. But now the big question posed by the Member of Parliament and the ranking on the Interior and Defence Committee is, what is the state of investigation with regards to the $350 million crackdown on cocaine that was done some 4 days ago, as well as some weeks ago on the 9th of February, when an intelligence-led operation by the NIB led to the seizure of some gold bars, some counterfeit notes, as well as some dollars, together with some military uniforms and some military boots as well. We do not know. There's not been any response from the NIB or any of the investigative bodies, but as and when it drops, we will bring you up to date with that. Trust us, we'll always bring you up to date with that. But for full details of this particular story and other developments with regards to this, visit mx24online.com, where you get the latest news and updates. But away from this, let's do some galamsey, as the Western Regional Police Command has arrested 11 individuals, including 4 Chinese nationals and 7 Ghanaians, for engaging in illegal mining activities along the Bonsa River banks, a site near Wasa Agona. Now, the operation conducted on March 31, 2025 at noon was based on actionable intelligence aimed at crumbling illegal mining within the region. Now, according to the police, 5 suspects were arrested at the Bonsa River, with 6 arrested at the Wasa Agona site, bringing the total number of arrested persons to 11. All suspects reportedly confessed to engaging in illegal mining activities. They are currently in police custody, assisting with ongoing investigations. Now, while these persons are assisting, 4 excavators used in the illegal mining operations at the Wasa Agona remain uncovered. The police have identified or intensified efforts to locate and retrieve them as evidence. Like I said earlier, this government has also been at the helm of affairs in terms of the crackdown on illegal mining. We saw the Minister for Lands and Labour, Land and Natural Resources, repeal all small-scale mining licenses given after the 7th of January. We know that LI 2462 is also in Parliament. It's going to see a possible repeal if not done. We will be up to date with regards to that as well. But now let's do some health, and this is of interest to persons who eat and consume pork. Now, a suspected outbreak of African swine fever has hit Damongo, the capital of the Savannah region, leading to the death of hundreds of pigs within the municipality. Now, the affected communities include Kanti, Atibutu, Broto, and Torini number 1, among others. Now, to curb the spread of the disease, some have resorted to slaughtering and burying sick pigs, as well as properly disposing of those that have already passed on. Now, despite pork being a popular delicacy both locally and internationally, the outbreak has significantly impacted pig farmers, many of whom are still recovering from the previous outbreak in 2023. Now, the West Gonja Municipal Director of Veterinary Services, Dr. Enoch Sarkodie Ado, has confirmed that the outbreak was due to the African swine fever. He urged pig farmers to adapt biosecurity measures and shift towards intensive farming rather than the semi-intensive system widely practiced in the affected areas. Unfortunately, this morning we cannot speak to the health correspondent in the North region. We'll bring you updates with regards to that, especially for pork consumers. If this should be a concern, well, it should be a concern for many, not only those in the Damongo area. We urge pork consumers to be cautious in the consumption of pork, as the African swine fever has hit Damongo. Now, away from that, the Roads Minister, Governs Kwame Agboja, has ordered 2 local contractors, First Sky and Oswald, to immediately mobilize to the site to begin the construction works on the Ashiama-Afenya stretch and Tema motorway to the Wenya stretch. Now, he spoke with the media after visiting the site yesterday. Take a listen.
First Sky group to help MND to remedy all that we can do to ease the problem on the Central University. And immediately I'm asking Oswald to also work on the Ashama runabout beyond Michelle Camp, and everything we can do as remedial activity to improve the surface of the road whilst we do the road and main construction. I ask them to do that immediately. It's an emergency work, so we are not going to wait for anything. They should move in as quickly as possible. As early as this evening or tomorrow, they can mobilize under the guidance of the Executive of Highways, and let's see what we can do to limit the suffering of our people immediately. Within 2 months, we want this project to be started. And so all those suffering on this corridor, help is coming.
And that was the Minister for Roads and Highways, Gavin Kwame Abuja, speaking that he's asking contractors, that's Oswald Construction Company as well as Sky, to hit the Ashiama Nafienya stretch to begin construction works and repair works on that particular road. Now, if you are a resident in that area, I want to hear from you. How do you meet the response of the Minister for Roads and Highways with regards to the construction and repair works on that particular stretch? If you use it, we want you to tell us how you feel when you use that stretch and how you are meeting the response from the Minister as well. Away from the lesson, I focus to the court, as the Supreme Court is set today, April 2nd, to hear an injunction application filed by the new patriotic Member of Parliament for Old Taff, Vincent Asafwa, against the procedure being used by the President to potentially remove the Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu from office following the receipt of 3 petitions. Now, this decision comes after the Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu wrote a letter to the President and copied other stakeholders demanding copies of the 3 petitions seeking her removal. Now, the Chief Justice's request also came shortly after the suit by the Old Taffo Member of Parliament at the Supreme Court questioning the procedure being used to handle the petitions. As President John Dramani Mahama has given the Chief Justice some 10 days, we know it's beginning to elapse to a preliminary response to 3 petitions demanding her removal from office. Now, the directive was contained in a letter signed by Callistus Mahama, Secretary to the President. As always, you want to stay glued to MX24GH and MX24online.com, as we will be giving you updates from the court. Since cameras are not allowed, you will not be able to see. But for actions and details, join us on social media as well as on our website, MX24GH, MX24 News on social media, as well as MX24online.com, where we give you updates with regards to that. But now let's put this into full perspective. We know that as of last week, the President received 3 petitions for the removal of the Chief Justice, Madam Gertrude Tokonu. Now, in line with the Constitution, the President referred these 3 documents or petitions to the Council of State for their consultation and consideration. Now, once the Council of State is done with its consultation or meeting, they will make some recommendations to the President. Based on their recommendations, the President is expected to act either to remove her from office based on the findings of the report by the Council of State, or maintain her based on the report. Now, this has sparked widespread criticism. Why? Because people think that this is giving the President so much power to hire and fire. They think that it is a step in the right direction. However, Member of Parliament for the Old Taffo constituency, Ekwa Asafwa, rushed to the Supreme Court to secure an injunction with regards to the procedural processes used by the President to remove, allegedly, the Chief Justice from office. Now, the Chief Justice wrote to the President as of last week 4 copies of the petition. The President responded in a letter stating that he was disappointed in seeing the letter circulate in the media. However, he has given her some 10 days as of last week. So by the end of this week, we are sure that that 10-day ultimatum would be up, and he has asked her to respond to the petition. We do not know if the 3 petitions have been given to the Chief Justice or not. But what we know today, April 2nd, the Supreme Court is set to hear the injunction Parliament for Old Taffo, Vincent Asafwa, with regard to the procedural processes used by the President to remove or investigate the work or conduct of the Chief Justice. We will give you updates, like I said, so visit all our social media pages, MX24GH, MX24 News on Instagram, The New Edition, and MX24online.com as well. But now let's do some international news, where Zambia's president has warned ministers against dozing off during meetings and in parliamentary sessions, attributing their lack of attentiveness to indulgence and an absence of self-control. Now, according to him, it is a crime, a serious crime, he stated. Now, while he did not explain what exactly he meant by indulgence, local media have interpreted this referencing to excessive alcohol drinking and late-night partying by the ministers or appointees of his government. The president warned that such behavior risks exposing state secrets and delaying service delivery to the public. Now, still on international news, the foreign ministers of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are set to visit Moscow this week as the Sahel nations and Russia seek to strengthen ties. Now, the three African countries' foreign ministers said in a joint statement. Now, the West African nations run by juntas have taken part in coups in recent years, which have formed an alliance known as the Confederation of Sahel States, AES. Now, the grouping kicked out French and other Western forces and turned towards Russia for military support. Now, their foreign ministers are set to visit Moscow tomorrow, April 3rd and 4th. That's on Friday as well, and hold meetings with the Russian foreign minister as his invitation is stated. Well, that's all this morning. It's quite interesting to see the kind of stories, especially that from Zimbabwe. I read it this morning. I was like, oh, if that could happen in Ghana. If the president, ministers and, parliamentarians to pay attention in Parliament, to be in Parliament, because the over the last Parliament, before Parliament went on recess, as it was debating the budgetary allocation for certain sectors, it was quite sad to see the numbers in Parliament, to be very honest. It was a low turnout, especially the last day. It took so long into the following morning. It took so long. It was so bad to see the numbers in Parliament. We hope that the president says something about it. But still on the crackdown on illegal drugs, what do you think about it?
Fair enough. I think investigations definitely need to go on. It's in the right direction that the president has asked all national security agencies to, rampantly investigate and
right.
also the fact that all these allegations that are coming in, especially from Honorable Fojo, also him being part of the investigation process, it's very, very key.
Right.
I think it's not only supposed to be him, but if there are other people who are part of it, they should be part of the investigations, and we leave no room for any, malice or pun intended when it comes to that area. It's something that has to be eradicated.
For me,
very fast.
I'm quite intrigued at the fact that for you to have an intelligence like that, why run to the media? Immediately I saw the thing. That was the thing that egged in my mind. I was like, why run to the media?
You know, he would definitely run to the media because
just to score political points. I understand,
of course.
But these are issues of national security. And you know how big the Kotoka International Airport is to Ghana, and for the fact that this is happening at the Kotoka International Airport, 2 flights at the Kotoka International Airport allegedly carrying drugs into the country. What do you think people outside are going to think about the Kotoka International Airport, seeing that this is like the biggest airport in Ghana, aside that's in Kumasi and Tamale? This is one of like the biggest airports, even to say the least, in the West African sub-region. Yeah. Imagine if the Kotoka International Airport is red flagged. You get so me. That
causes a lot of trouble for everyone who's traveling.
For everyone who's traveling, exactly. And I think that in as much as the president has lauded him, for coming out to speak, if there are others who have intelligence, like he's saying, should also come out to say them and collaborate with the relevant stakeholders. But I think that the Kotoka International Airport should also respond. they need to respond. If they want, well, it's not even if they want. I in my opinion, I think they should have.
They are supposed to
because
respond.
this is like PR. This is like damaging.
Yeah.
Anyways, but
They're supposed to respond.
We hope to see the conversation that would.
Also, help me understand this. If on the story of the CJ, if the president is saying that, okay, I'm giving you, 10 days to come and, respond to, isn't it fair enough and in the right direction for her to call for, copies of these petitions? So we do not know, as you said,
yes,
we do not know whether
if
she's had these copies.
So I think that it is right, but she had to initiate the call for the petitions, because immediately this whole conversation started last week when the president referred the 3 petitions to the Council of State for their recommendations and considerations on the petitions. She had to initiate the call, stating that she had not seen any of the petitions and she's not aware of it, but she urged the president to give it to her. Then we saw the response from the president stating that she has been given 10 days to respond to the petitions. And you would remember, so I think that where the president is speaking, the notion that she's aware of it is somewhere in the administration of President and former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. These petitions were submitted to him for the removal of the Chief Justice, if you clearly remember. And then he kind of threw them out.
Okay.
So it is believed that those same petitions that were filed have been refiled again to the president.
Okay.
So more or less like she is in the know.
She's in the know.
That is what...
so that means maybe it could be that it's the same petitions
it's the same
that have
petitions.
been refiled.
And mind you, these are
but
like...
what would it mean if it's not the same and they are new ones?
Right. Then the president would have to... I don't know if it's done. Would have to give her the 3 petitions so she also peruses the document. And then she would be able to respond to it, because if, logically speaking, you cannot respond adequately to something you are not aware of.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think that it is either the president has given it to her on a low-key side and we do not know, or she is not aware, or it's been told that it's the same old ones.
Okay.
And what I said earlier about the fact that it's the same old ones are the sentiments of public opinion. These are not facts. It is alleged that the same petitions that were thrown out by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president, are those same petitions that were submitted to President John Dramani Mahama asking for the removal of the Chief Justice. People have also expressed concerns about the fact that, the president is beginning to have so much power, especially to hire and fire persons to sensitive areas. And I know we've spoken about this. The Chief Justice, the Inspector General of Police, and other heads of security agencies are quite sensitive areas. Mind you, a particular individual serving in that capacity could start a project. The person has a different an ideology. If you fire the person and bring in a different person, that means that the person is going to bring in a different ideology. What happens to the projects that were started? It raises a lot of concern. So we should spell out. But then the Constitution is so clear on the removal of the Chief Justice. Unfortunately, time will not allow us. If only time will allow us, we would have gone into what the Constitution says with regards to the removal of the Chief Justice. But then it clearly says that, just to sum it all up, the Chief Justice cannot be removed from office just for political reasons. The Chief Justice can only be removed from office if he or she resigns, if he or she is incapable of continuing to serve in that capacity, or if he or she is found to have conducted unprofessional or unethical conduct with regards to the office he or she holds in that regard. That is the only way the president can remove the Chief Justice. And it spells out clearly the processes, as I said earlier, in line with the Constitution, Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. It spells it out clearly that the president can only do so in consultation with the Council of State. We will try and get you that particular document, trying to find it so that it's projected on our screens. If production can kindly check their phones or something. I just sent a document where we can actually go through, if there is time, so that we understand the nuances of removing the Chief Justice from office. Like I said earlier, clearly the Chief Justice can only be removed from office. That's if we are going by Article 146, that the Chief Justice shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on the ground of inability to perform the functions of his or her office arising from infirmity or body or body and mind. The Chief Justice of the Court or Regional Tribunal may only be removed in accordance with the procedures specified in this article. If the President receives a petition for the removal of a Chief Justice of a superior court other than the Chief Justice or for the removal of the Chairman of the Regional Tribunal, he shall refer the petition to the Chief Justice, who shall determine whether there is prima facie, whether this is a prima facie case. So what a prima facie case is a case that has enough evidence to substantiate the allegations being made. So prima facie is more or less like having enough evidence to back the allegations. So if the Chief Justice, based on the petitions received, identifies that this is enough evidence, then the procedurals can start. Now, if the President, so where the Chief Justice decides that there's a prima facie case, he or she shall set up a committee consisting of 3 persons, and this is with regards to the regional tribunals. Now, where the petition is for the removal of the Chief Justice, the President shall, acting in consultation with the Council of State, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, one of whom shall be appointed chairman by the President, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers. Now, these are like ordinary Ghanaians. Now, the committee appointed under Clause 6 of this article shall inquire into the petition and recommend to the President whether the Chief Justice ought to be removed from office. Now, all proceedings under this article shall be held in camera, and the Justice or Chairman against whom the petition is made is entitled to be heard by his defense, by himself or by a lawyer so chosen. In case the Chief Justice, in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, by a warrant signed by, so it's just spelling out, right, as is stated on the screen. So where the petition has been referred to a committee under this article, the President may, A, in the case of the Chief Justice acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, by a warrant signed by him, suspend the Chief Justice. So if they find out that the case of the Chief Justice is, the petitions are in right order calling for the removal, the President shall warrant the suspension of the Chief Justice. Now, in the case of any other justice of the Superior Court, of a chairman or a chairman of the regional tribunal acting in accordance with the advice of the Judicial Council, the President shall suspend the justice or the chairman of the regional tribunal. Now, those are the clear-cut requirements for the removal of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Hopefully tomorrow we'll do a proper breakdown of this with regards to the response that would also emanate from the courts this morning. We do not know the time it will start, but trust us to give you updates with regards to that as well. Well, that's all for the morning news. Guys, remember, mx24online.com, more news and updates when you visit them. My name is Augustine Edinam Kumbey. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Well, guys, and thank you so much for coming in with in-depth stories right here on the show. These were, stories worth getting into. And as he rightly did say, court proceedings starts on, would be patient enough to get some information, and we'll do so rightly on our pages, so you might as well just get acquainted with that. So, Augustine, thank you so much for coming through. All right, so that wraps it up for our in-depth stories right here on the show. Quick turn. When we come back, we dive into sports. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
All right, so welcome back from that quick break. This stays the AM Club Radio on MX24. My name is Kojo Sei. Now let's dive straight into some sports updates. But before that, early partial and auto cash out. Looking for more control over your bets. Cash out allows you to take an early payout, on your bets before they are settled, meaning you are able to get your money back before the event is over and your bet is ultimately resulted. Yes, you would either make a profit or get a portion of your initial bet back, depending on how your selection is doing at the time of you taking up the cash out. Now let's get into our first story on the sporting front. Nations Football Club head coach Kasim Mingo Okanse has stated that defender Razak Simpson will be part of the team that plays against Accra House of Oak SC. Accra House of Oak host Nations in the midweek Ghana Premier League clash at the Tuba AstroTurf later today. Coach Kasim made the call in a pre-game interview as Simpson returned to the Nations FC fold after playing in Ghana's 3-0 win over Madagascar in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. Now, the veteran defender was one of 3 Ghana Premier League players who were part of the Black Stars, and Okanse is sure that Simpson will be part of his team's set up against the Phobians.
Team player and captain of the team who is back, definitely is going to be part of the team because his performance at the training is okay. So he justified to be part of the team. So,
Coach, in our last game, we saw a new face in the shape of Afari.
Yeah.
You give me the bill. How would you assess his performance during the game?
Oh, well, he did well. It's unfortunate. They gave him, he had a second yellow card for send off from the game. It wasn't bad, it was good. The first time of playing in the Premier, he did well.
At training, we've seen some of the junior team. Is there a likelihood that we will see another feature from the youth team?
Definitely, we'll see. We've been promoting them one after the other. We want to integrate them into the team gradually so that they can also be part of it.
Well, away from that now, Anthony Elanga's breakaway goal against his former club earned high-flying Nottingham Forest a 1-0 victory over Manchester United in the Premier League yesterday. Now, the Swede left Old Trafford to make way for big money signing Anthony 2 years ago and played like he had a point to prove at the City ground, scoring what proved to be the winner, having run 2/3 off the pitch just 5 minutes in. Diogo Dalot's first half header came off the crossbar while substitute Mason Mount fizzled a late strike wide, but otherwise the below par visitors were again lacking in the cutting edge they need to rectify their miserable season. The victory helps Forest continue their remarkable campaign with Nuno Espirito Santos third-placed side now 8 points clear of Chelsea in fourth, while United's first league loss in 5 leaves them 13th in the standings.
Manchester United.
my goodness. Well, Manchester United fans, at least said the better. Anyways, away from that, let's get into some basketball action. Stephen Curry had 52 points, including 12 three-pointers, as the Golden State Warriors held on for a 134 to 125 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies this dawn. And Curry was 16 out of 31 from the field, making 12 of his 20 shots from distance, the dozen three-pointers matching his season high. Jimmy Butler scored 27 points, and Draymond Green had 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists as the Warriors moved into 5th place in the Western Conference. Ja Morant led Memphis with 36 points and 6 assists, and Jaren Jackson Jr. finished with 22 points. Zach Edey had 10 points and 16 rebounds as Memphis dropped its 3rd straight. Wraps it up for sports updates right here on the show. Eli Paschal and Otto Cash Out looking for more control over your bets. Well, Cash Out allows you to take an early payout on your bets before they are settled, meaning you are able to get your money back before the event is over and your bet is ultimately resulted. You either make a profit or get a portion of your initial bet back, depending on how your selection is doing at the time of you taking up the Cash Out. Visit the MX24 app to catch up on all the fun and excitement of the AM Club shows, featuring engaging conversations, thrilling live segments, and exclusive content you cannot afford to miss. Catch up with all the fun, the breaking news, stories, sports, and business insights on mx24online.com. Now let's get to check what's in the world of entertainment and showbiz right after this. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
your favorite evening talk show is here.
You need to work to be able to get what you want.
Can I think get what off?
If a man understands that the woman's makeup, sexual makeup, is not same as mine, I need it every 2 days. In fact, some men need it every day.
The Dish returns on your screens with more laughter, inspiration, and powerful conversations with progressive women than ever before.
They are my brothers, they are my friends.
In trying to please people, you begin to lose yourself. You get to a point where you don't even know who you are anymore.
Right.
And then people start to define you.
This season, we're diving deeper into real-life issues affecting women, unfiltered and raw. We're addressing challenges faced by women in our society.
I'm like, how do I want to be in a place where I wake up every day and I have marks, my face is swollen, or something has happened to me some way or the other, and I'm supposed to be covering up and giving an excuse for someone who's doing that to me? It doesn't feel good.
Join us every week as we sit down with incredible women, each with their own stories to share.
If you read my caption, that was
I brought you here to have an interview, and that's what we're going to do.
Stories that will move you, challenge you, and leave you thinking long after the show.
Owning your sexuality is understanding and being aware of your individual energy. It's more than the physical, it's the energies that you also come with into this universe.
From the triumphs to the struggle, we're covering it all.
At the point where I realized that my auntie needed some particular help, I said no. I have to stand up and talk about mental health.
Get ready for thought-provoking conversations, inspiring guests, and a whole lot of heart. This is The Dish, where women lead the conversation. Don't miss out.
The Dish is presented by Epiglow.
Your songbird Jackie, keep watching MX24.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Last Minute. You watching MX24.
You know what it is about now, yeah. Best I got to big shout out to MX24. Keep watching. It's about now, Malians.
Yo, what up? What's up? This be Quasi out there, and keep watching MX24. Keep it locked. Dee-da-dee.
Drinking my hand, I'm vibing. Uber waiting outside. I don't care, I'm still in my towel, dancing in my towel. Hey guys, it's me, your one and only Davi Diva, Black Star Barbie, Feli Nuna, and you're watching MX24. Don't go nowhere, because Davi Diva Ejeleme says so. Mwah.
Okay, you're watching MX24 TV, and this your boy Perez Music. Ciao!
Hi guys, how you doing? This your boy SDK, and I'm here on MX24. It's fun. It's fearless. And it's factual.
What's up, everyone? My name is Adina Thembi, and you're watching MX24. We are fun, fearless, and factual. Get it right.
What's up? My name is Akwabwa, and you guys are watching MX24. Keep watching. I love you.
They say the portion they gave me was unknown. What I will become was never ever told. Now you're watching the beast in me unfold. I'm immortal, Dracula untold. What's up, people? This is your rap goddess, Eno Baroni, and you watching MX24. Keep watching it. One tear, say, dead it.
Step into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who make fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV.
Drama, betrayal,
faith, forbidden love. What would you do when life writes a chapter you didn't ask for? Every broken pen has a story to tell. Every story has a lesson to learn. But the question is, how do you fix it? The Broken Pen Show is back. Real stories, raw truths, and maybe, just maybe, the answers you've been looking for. Hi, ladies. Hi. Your story isn't over. Let's fix it together with a cold glass of Nax cocktail. Catch the Broken Pen Show every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on MX24 TV. My name is Yabita, and I am your host. Cheers.
You're welcome back to the AM Club right here on MX24. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. We're getting into the world of entertainment, and Daphne Flashley is here to take us through that. Daphne, ready?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're
doing something different, and we're spicing it up, right?
Oh, you look spicy.
I do?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is red or is wine? Because this woman, what are you doing? You promised me it's wine. No?
I did?
No, not you.
You're trying to talk to the hairstylist?
Yes. She said it's wine.
She said it's wine.
Yes.
No, Uncle Scooby.
Hey. Yes, sir. Maybe I want
Anyway.
Debbie, me mommy saying. What do you mean saying me mommy?
Maybe I want me age mate.
Debbie, at the end say, I mean.
And you're red.
How can this be wine?
Oh, but this is wine actually. This is not red.
This is actually wine.
We're red, oh, we're red gone.
Jay, Wagba.
We're red.
Okay, with this argument,
red means stop. So let's stop.
Okay.
Right, Daphne, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm blessed, beautiful, and very successful.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you, my love.
Quite.
What's in the world of entertainment?
Okay.
You asked me how I am.
Because you attacked me.
How did I attack you? I didn't attack you.
No, you're attacking the hairstylist.
The hairstylist, not you. I didn't attack you.
You project that photo. The photo Gabby has, project it will calm him down. It will humble him. Daphne, take us into the entertainment world.
Well, there's a lot happening. Yesterday, it wasn't easy because we saw a lot happening on Twitter, from Sina Soul to DJ Lord and what have you. A lot is happening in the world of entertainment. So we're quickly going to get into it. We're starting with Sina Soul. I'm sure you guys already know what is happening.
I don't. I just chat on a
yesterday. Yesterday, you should. I should have sent it to you personally because it had to do with the space that we had yesterday.
Yes.
And females and in a male-dominated space.
Yes.
Now, yes, conversations have spun up with Sin Soul, and I was trying to bring your attention to that because Daphne.
Yeah.
The other artists, a lot of artists, and especially a lot of male artists have come to her defense.
Can I say how excited and happy I am? Because
you break the ice for Mimi first, and we get into that.
So on national television, and there was one time that I had an interview with an artist, and the artist said the number one thing he would love from we in the media space is support.
Yeah.
Now this was opposite of that. A national television sat down and I'll say insulted Sina Soul.
Why?
Because she was trying to do a dance challenge, but they say her outfit, the crop top, was too much. They said words that I can't even mention. Men that were sitting on the panel said words that I can't even mention.
This is the video they're talking about?
Yes, please. They said,
Whose sons are they?
They spoke about her waist, said so many things, said said so many things. In fact, so many degrading things that I was shocked that on national television, in fact, they could have cut it, skipped it, whatever, because we know that when we're getting there, we're getting quite emotional, we have someone who, whispers in our ear and say, Charlie, But it's crazy that they said everything, sat there and said such sad stuff about Sina Soul.
These were derogatory words.
Yes.
I think
yes.
Sometimes we should just be cautious of what we're saying. Whatever you may have your opinion, that's fair enough. But how you go about it is a different case altogether. You don't sit on national television and start insulting people just because of how they've portrayed themselves or they're putting things out. Now, record straight. Sina started wearing crop tops.
The people say
like
Sina Soul, what exactly is the problem? Because I'm watching the video right now, and even as a woman who, by the way, isn't big on exposing yourself, don't find anything, because I see what she's doing. She's trying to promote her song. She's trying to dance. I don't understand.
These people that they are saying this, if it was someone else, or I'll say if it was maybe Beyonce who came to Ghana and was doing this, are they going to say that? And I get where they are coming from, like, okay, we are Africans or whatever, but give room for artists to grow. She's growing. Her style is changing. And this is exactly what Efia said yesterday. I don't know if you can put the screenshot there. Efia said that she was so disappointed. Let's put the screenshot there so that we can take a look at what Efia said. Yes. So Efia said, this is so appalling. How are you allowing this on your channel? We just celebrated Women's Month. Why are presenters speaking in such a derogatory manner towards an amazing, beautiful, thriving female artist? Why? This is uncalled for and disrespectful and unacceptable. No, no, no. We're taking a look at Amma Berland. She also had something to say. Amma Berland also had something. She said, this is what they did to Ebony, and when she died, suddenly she deserved Artist of the Year. Such nonsense. You people will never learn. If you think a child is going wayward, is that how you correct them? Just straight up insults and body shaming. What their age? And then we also have, in fact, Sina Soul herself actually replied. So let's take a look at her own. Now she said, you seal. This is why I don't choose where I have interviews. This is why I choose who or where I have interviews. I spend so much of my own money to make and promote this album, and not a single word by any of them, but let Sina Soul wear some crop top and cargo pants for some dance content, and it sends them into a frenzy because first, no.
First, no, not on dress to say.
First, no, not on dress to say. I just want to make music, bro.
Was she crying
when she was writing this?
Man.
Wow.
It's sad. It's really sad. It's really sad. I mean, I like what Manny first came to write. I mean, he said, people, you should know that first she's an artist before she's a musician. So this is her art and craft. Okay. So, I mean, come on. And let's address this. Whoever was it, you know who it was, right?
Who?
You are a big quiz.
Who's?
Say a big quiz. No, Kassasim.
Big quiz and some two panelists.
No, but big quiz, Nanga. No, yes. Yes, he was the one giving this. Hey.
Oh, no, me.
We don't let that say.
Me.
Oh, but it's okay for him to body shame my sister, but it's not okay to talk about his head that is not growing. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, sure. I'm sorry.
Well. It was.
I can't help it. Say Sina Soul ni eninia, ana say ni bar, or because kwatena television. So, and you see, empty men, empty. So, what have they contributed to their own industry that is dying? They themselves, I want to now discuss Kumahood. They couldn't do that. They couldn't sit down to address a new government has come. They should find a way to revive their dead careers. They're not able to do that. But they have the energy to attack a young. I mean, look at this joke of an individual.
Mimi.
I mean, let's just go. Let's go. It's fine. It's okay. Obian kind of person, Becca. And by the way, this album is going to do really good.
It's going to do
so
really good.
let's all just move on.
It's going to do really, really good. Now, this is not the only thing that happened on Twitter. DJ Lord was not happy about our Cravaganza. Let me ask you guys a question. JKD, being in the industry for so long, you've worked with so many DJs. During an event, if an event books you as a DJ, do they have control of your music playlist?
Now, this is my problem.
Okay.
I saw everything that was happening.
Yeah.
This is my problem. My problem is with organizers. I don't think Lord is pissed or angry because of either Shatta or Stonebwoy. I don't think that is it. What he did say was that at the time that was happening, one of the organizers, part of the organizers, came to him to say he should stop playing any song that has to do with Shatta Wale because Stonebwoy was the headliner. My question here is, when you were booking Lord, did you make it known to him that, hey, I am booking Stonebwoy, he's the headliner, so please don't play any other song? Then you might as well don't play any other song apart from Stonebwoy from head to toe.
Simple and short.
Or better still, if it's only Stonebwoy, whoever is being booked, because it wasn't only Stonebwoy who was booked for the event. So we had Stonebwoy, we had Joey B, I saw Shaker, and they went. So if me, I am Shaker, and I come on stage and I realize that you, Lord, you're also playing something that is somebody did, I could also rant towards this. You get me? So I get where Lord is coming from, because this is not healthy for our industry.
At all.
That, at the time that he's playing, I can get it. Maybe I wasn't there. So what I want to know is, maybe, was it at the time that Stonebwoy was about to come on stage, that was when he was playing those songs? Then
so
there is maybe an issue there.
There's no issue about that, because he actually wrote it that he was playing the music and the fans were vibing to it.
Good.
Next thing, the event organizer came saying that he should stop playing.
Good. So there is a set. I do know that they normally take in DJs and they'll take in hype men because I know Kojo Sei was part of this.
Kojo Sei was his hype man.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So there's a set to hype up the crowd before the artist comes on stage. And around that time, it's part of the craft. It's part of it. It's not like we are hyping the song before maybe the artist comes. Do you get me? So if that is a set, then you can allow the person do whatever craft they want to do. But if it is before the artist is coming on stage, and maybe I'm playing, knowing very well that, Stonebwoy is about to climb stage, now I'm playing Shatta's song, then there's a question mark there. You get it? So it has to do with timing. But if you book a DJ, you can't tell the DJ that, don't play this song, don't play this song. The DJ has his own set. So when it's a DJ set with a hype man, you allow them do what they're supposed to do. You get me? But if the DJ today in somewhere, where if you say, Charlie, okay, when I'm playing Shatta's song and people are responding to it, it depends on how many songs you play too. So if you go play 10 of Shatta songs or 20 of Shatta songs, now and then they will start to ask you questions. Say, hey, why, what's up? Yeah. Are you also trying to bring in a feud in there? But overall, I did see his write-up, and I think it's laudable too as well. I mean, sometimes, this rivalry, Charlie, some way.
Do you have the write-up?
Yes, let's see what.
Yeah, because I have a totally different opinion.
3-time DJ of the okay.
I totally have a.
I need to address something that happened that just ended at Cravaganza. This particular issue is a troubling display of disrespect and industry politics that can't be overlooked. This is way beyond individual sentiment. During my DJ set alongside Mekri, I included some essential tracks of Shatta Wale into our playlist, an artist whose music forms the backbone of any Ghanaian musical experience. The crowd's energy confirmed we were on the right track until a top board official of the show intervened. At the behest of Stonebwoy's management, I was instructed to cease playing Shatta Wale's music immediately. Can you imagine, given my background as a DJ, this is obviously disrespectful and unprofessional. Although I have a great deal of respect for Stonebwoy and everything he has accomplished over the years, and I've done everything to it said, I've done everything in my capacity to support his music. This management decision is wrong. Just so you know, no headline act has authority over a DJ's selection for non-performing artists. Things took another bad turn when Stonebwoy's team suddenly decided they wanted Stonebwoy to perform, despite the fact I had just begun playing with Kojo Manuel within our allotted slots. This isn't just about me feeling disrespected. There are much bigger problems here. Artist managements keep overstepping their boundaries, acting like they are in charge of everything. DJs and MCs keep getting treated as unimportant, even though we're the ones who keep the energy going and make sure events run smoothly. And worst of it all, personal beef between artists is now being used to control what music gets played at events, which just makes the whole industry look petty. Oh.
I think whatever I'm going to say right now might or might not shock any of you, but I think he is being petty.
DJ Lord.
Yes, I'm going to start from the top. He addressed a few issues, industry beefs, which he and I, DJ Lord and I, know that Ghana started beefs have built industries. Music industry is built. In fact, the pioneers of the music industry. Let's go all the way back to a Champon and what you call it, Daddy Lumba. Beefs were these people's beefs were proper beefs that had people being declared dead and things. We go all the way back to the hip hoppers and so on. Beefs have built industries if you are able to maximize those opportunities. So that's one. Number two, I hire you. He wasn't there for free. I pay you to come and do my event for me because there are a million other DJs and I chose you because I think your craft is great. And I say, when I gave you the event, you as a professional DJ should be asking certain questions. So as a professional MC, is there anything you need me not to do at this event? Are there certain things you want me to, adhere to as a professional? And you look at the flyer and you see the Meganza. Akravaganza. So you see Akravaganza and you see it too much. And you see headline artists, which means that these organizers have paid huge money to put that man there, and understanding the terrain you're playing in. This guy and that other guy, no, they click. He is the headline. I was going to say something so rude. He's the headline of a show. You cannot come and disrespect the brand, the headlines, artist, by playing his rival's song. What are you trying to insinuate? That's number one. He's the DJ, and sometimes they have their own selections, which is a mixture of other people's songs. But because you are a professional and you're going to a show that is specially tailored for a certain crowd, Stonebwoy and also Joey B and what stops you from designing something amazing so that the person who is coming there appreciates your work, that, oh, he actually is intentional about his work. He's not coming here to come and just play music of, your friend is saying, every other person. And then when the people take the pain of coming to tell you that our headline artist is this individual, so manage it. And don't play too much of, or don't play Shatawale's song. What is wrong with it? Because, first of all, when you're going to put Shatawale on a show, you have to pay him. He's not there. We have a crowd meant for another person. You're giving them food that they didn't pay for. However, the person that is looking for that crowd and that energy is now coming on the stage, and you're here doing otherwise. And they have taken the pain of telling you that what the situation is between the two. Don't stress yourself. Don't play too much of that song. It helps for the show to continue. Why is your pain? What's the stress about? Why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? And to me, who have paid you, who have foolishly employed you, I'm not wise to tell you that, give me value for my money. You people should deal with event organizers and see what they have to go through every single day, right? I am paying you. Extravaganza wasn't free. DJ Lord didn't wear more to that stage for free. He took money. And so I have every authority to tell him that don't play this song because it is my show.
I get it, but maybe how it was done was the issue.
If the people said that
mid-set, he just began and then they pushed Stonebwoy to come.
Was he paid for what he was doing?
What?
Was he paid for Extravaganza?
Yes, obviously.
What's your sweat?
No, but I understand. I understand perfectly your concerns. But you see, even if it's a set, I believe it's a program, so they have a lineup.
Exactly.
You get me? So even if you have a lineup, all right, and this person is supposed, that's why I'm saying that for me it's about the timing. You get me? I'm sure maybe, quote unquote, organizers wouldn't even have been too pissed about it. That he's playing Shatter song, it can go. But let's say maybe, he was playing like about 5 or 6.
You get what I mean?
You get me? Then there will be an attention there because like, oh, wait, we didn't book Shatter, we booked Stone Boy, so let's play more.
You know, sometimes DJs thrive on what the crowd
so you see, it's timing. That's what I'm saying, that it's timing. There's a program lineup. So maybe he is furious of the fact that, okay, maybe starting a set, because he didn't mention, you know, in the write-up, he didn't mention, say, they wanted to push Stone Boy to come and perform as he started. You get it? So then it has to be with timing, because at that point in the day, maybe I have my set. Okay, in the next 30 minutes, I'm supposed to jam the crowd before Stone Boy comes. You get me? So I'm jamming the crowd. It's okay. You put in one Shatabali, everybody goes, hey, Kaka. Then you change it, you go into another one. You get me? So that's why I said I wasn't there. Yabitha was there. Were you there?
Jay, I'll tell you something. Let me just use one last example before you go. I see that my submission didn't.
No, I get you.
No, I'm talking about her. She's not too excited about it. When you, Daphne, as you're about to open your events company, when you hire a DJ and they come and act nonchalant about your event, then you feel the pain. But let me go back to this. You talked about timing. There was a thing that I heard, I don't have facts to it, but I heard somebody was doing some time back that booking it for 6 to 12. Obeba 6 to 12. Obeba tina ho for 6 to 12. So what start events no?
On start you.
On any team call.
And
for some reason people didn't like it because we are very indisciplined.
Yeah.
You see, if he was given a time from 7 to 8 to come and do his DJ thing, and that's 7 to 8, organizer said, maybe Stone Boy is small issue day, so we want to make we switch up small. You come and do this thing. You book me from 7 to 8. If Stone Boy performs, I am not coming back on that stage. Thank you so much. I leave to protect my sanity and to protect myself. Because maybe me too after 8, me too I go do something. I go leave. Because I know I did there. I came and you decide to straighten things up. That's on you. But don't act needy and come and be on social media and cry. You need to respect. When Sonny Badu was doing that thing, people, he was one of the biggest exports of Ghana. It's not go show. Into inviting Albert. After some time, people started respecting his time. So when you invite him, you know to stay on time. Else he and his team will leave. We need to learn how to add value to ourselves by adding a little bit more respect. And respect our employees and respect our industry players.
For me, I would have so wished we could have gotten Lord on the line. To actually get to hear what it was. Because if it's about timing, then we know it's timing. If it was, Charlie, I come early, but it be like then they set up, they no finish, they no do this, they no do that. So me, my time, no, it be in way, then say Stone Boy, they can't be on. When me, I say, no, if I play, I play.
And by the way, Jay, before my producers kill me, what is wrong with that? If you now, they preach peace and unity in the industry, if they say Stone Boy, make you perform before you perform, now let's move on.
All right. You've dealt with me today.
Hey, if we go and organize events and you see how painful it is, people are just very disrespectful. But let's go to our next story.
All right, we're moving on to some international stories. On a sad note, we announced the death of Val Kilmer. He's best known for his roles in Top Gun and Batman, and he died of pneumonia, and according to his family, he was 65. So, Val Kilmer, who starred as Tom Iceman Kaczynski in 1986 Top Gun and the titular superhero in 1995's Batman Forever, died of pneumonia, and his daughter Mercedes Kilmer told the New York Times he was diagnosed with throat cancer in 2024 but later recovered, and she confirmed to the outlet Kilmer had largely kept details of his cancer battle to himself. It wasn't until 2020 when he opened up about his health struggles, revealing that he underwent a procedure on his trachea that left him with a raspy voice. This is so sad. rest in peace.
Also, the Batman.
Yeah, he starred in Batman Forever, and some few movies. Throat cancer. That's really sad. May his soul rest in peace. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is all we have for you today on Entertainment News segment. My name is Daphne Flashley. Enjoy the rest of the show and have an amazing day. See you same time tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Daphne, for coming to Earth Me Out this morning. I came in very good mood. You just came to stress my emotions. Why? Why do you do that? Well, in today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success. This is why we have thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and bolster performance. Now, with Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance to the future of your company. Now, our health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. Please feel free to reach out to us 050-1515124 or 0539-135-073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide to you. Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you.
Well, I've got good news coming in from Telecel. Are you looking for the best value data and voice offers that are tailored to your unique needs? At Telecel, we understand everyone has their own preference. That's why we have the unbeatable Made-for-Me bundles made just for you. The Made-for-Me bundles are affordable, customized data and voice packages personalized for you. Simply dial *530# or download the Telecel Play app to subscribe to your special Made-for-Me bundle. Telecel, connecting energies.
Get ready, the Mall 24 Workers' Day Fair is here. Now, on May 1st, 2025, join us at Afro Event Center, Lagos Avenue, East Legon, for our unforgettable day of shopping, entertainment, and networking. Whether you are a vendor looking to showcase your products or an attendee ready to shop and enjoy live performances, we've got you covered. Everything we have there is for someone who is coming through on that day. Exclusive discounts, amazing deals, and a chance to promote your business on MX24's platforms. Vendor, this is your opportunity to reach thousands of customers and elevate your brand. Attendees like myself and you enjoy great discounts, live music, and more. Don't miss out. Register now via our WhatsApp number that is 059-2292-746, 059-2292-746 to secure your booth today. The Mall 24 Workers' Day Fair, your ultimate shopping experience, great deals, fun, and entertainment. See you there. I am going to be there. I told you, when I start shopping, my anxiety calms down. Okay? So let's go and have a good time.
Well, that's about it for Coffee Daily. And of course, Coffee Daily is brought to you kind courtesy Carbo Coffee. Grab a Carbo Coffee for yourself today. Up next, we're getting into Fashion Wednesday. Right after this, we'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game of the bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year. This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Step into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who make fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV.
The all-new season of your favorite evening talk show is here.
You need to work to be able to get what you want.
Can I say get what off?
If a man understands that the woman's makeup, sexual makeup, is not same as mine, I need it every 2 days. In fact, some men need it every day.
The Dish returns on your screens with more laughter, inspiration, and powerful conversations with progressive women than ever before.
They are my brothers, they are my friends.
In trying to please people, you begin to lose yourself. You get to a point where you don't even know who you are anymore. And then people start to define.
This season, we're diving deeper into real-life issues affecting women, unfiltered and raw. We're addressing challenges faced by women in our society.
I'm like, how do I want to be in a place where I wake up every day and I have marks, my face is swollen, or something has happened to me some way or the other, and I'm supposed to be covering up and giving an excuse for someone who is doing that to me? It doesn't feel good.
Join us every week as we sit down with incredible women, each with their own stories to share.
If you read my caption,
Rosamond, I brought you here to have an interview, and that's what we're going to do.
Stories that will move you, challenge you, and leave you thinking long after the show.
Owning your sexuality is understanding and being aware of your individual energy. It's more than the physical, it's the energies that you also come with into this universe.
From the triumphs to the struggle, we're covering it all.
At the point where I realized that my auntie needed some particular help, I said, no, I have to stand up and talk about mental health.
Get ready for thought-provoking conversations, inspiring guests, and a whole lot of heart. This is The Dish, where women lead the conversation. Don't miss out.
The Dish is presented by Epiglow.
The legend.
K-N-I-I-L-A-N-T-E. It's a decision. That love me.
Amazing. On
the show. I am John Shumain.
Drama, betrayal, faith, forbidden love. What would you do when life writes a chapter you didn't ask for? Every broken pen has a story to tell. Every story has a lesson to learn. But the question is, how do you fix it? The Broken Pen Show is back. Real stories, raw truths, and maybe, just maybe, the answers you've been looking for. Hi, ladies. Hi. Your story isn't over. Let's fix it together with a cold glass of Nax cocktail. Catch the Broken Pen Show every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on MX24 TV. My name is Yabita, and I am your host. Cheers.
I want to find out one thing. What happened with you and Cookie?
One day Cookie calls me and says, bro, I want to do my solo album. Ghana, if somebody go blah blah, even for the media space right now, go talk your mind right now, they go talk you, they go blacklist you. Event organizer self, they go then boom on it, balance one.
Stylist was a part of our group. One of the times we featured on 2010 last. Flew it, so I called him. So speak to my manager. Where?
Patience is a virtue that carries a lot of weight. Yeah. Always know that you live to fight another day.
I feel say we musicians, one thing we like do, we know how to create. Yeah. But the business part, we know the add on to whatever we do.
Me right now, as I stand here, everything is about marketing. If I do
the people I was looking up to, these two boys called famous people. Their work looked like they had like they were like 17 people or 20 people.
Long live high school play. We are more than
Watching me live on High School Click. Don't go nowhere. Silly. Watching me live on High School Click. Don't go nowhere. Silly.
The Bible said that we are not of those who shrink back, but of those who believe to the salvation of the soul. You know, sometimes God wants to do things in circumstances and situations that when people see, they will acknowledge that this is not the effort of man, but this must be the finger of God. So to him, life meant Christ. Life meant living for Christ. Life meant serving Christ. Christ in you, the hope of glory.
ICGC Evangel Temple presents The Kingdom Culture with Reverend Eric Ampofo on MX24. This and every Sunday at 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who make fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV.
Let's bring our fashion to life, or your style to life. I mean, once you see this, you know that the girl them who gives me all the necessary pressure in this world to be able to dress well is here. So we're about to have that conversation. And of course, before we get into that, let's talk about something. I'm going to hook you up on something, and that's that Equity Health Insurance. The well-being of our members takes precedence. We recognize the unique healthcare needs of individuals and families, which is why we are delighted to present our Ebusia Health Plan. This health plan is crafted to promote the enduring health and happiness of you and your loved ones. Our plans are meticulously tailored to offer comprehensive and competitive health insurance coverage for individuals, families, and smaller groups. Access to quality care is just a phone call away. Offering continual assurance of your family's welfare. Contact us today on 0546 645 465 or 0503 860 381. Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you. Now with Jibu Water, staying refreshed has never been easier. Jibu Water provides clean, healthy water you can trust as your go-to source for drinking and cooking. Now with options of our innovative 20-liter bottles that come with a tap, 18.19-liter bottles, your dispensers will have a breath of new life. Now, as our clean and hygienic Jibu water flows through them for your consumption, whether you need a cool drink to quench your thirst or fresh cooking water for your meal to taste its best, Jibu water is the answer to your clean water needs. Now, order for yours today. Call us on 020-9845-817. That's 020-9845-817. Or visit our website at www.jibuco.com/gh for more information. Jibu Water, a better life. Now, today, Fashion Wednesday. So my beautiful, she's my co-host for the day. Yeah, we're doing the show together. In fact, she's the host, I'm the co-host. She's the host of Fashion Wednesday. I'm the co-host. Good morning, Diana.
Hi, Mimi.
How you doing?
You're so excited this morning. Why?
I don't even know. It's cup of coffee. See, when coffee enters my body, I'm a different person. Yeah, I was gloomy and angry earlier.
But now,
once the coffee enters my body, it's just like, let's go.
I see ya.
I can face the world.
Yeah.
And I Gulia stands in front of me, I feel like I can kill it. How are you?
I'm good.
Great conversation yesterday. Yes. On women thriving in male-dominated spaces, and I think this girl, you probably are not watching
up. I didn't do anything. You were the one who was moderating the conversation.
You were the one who was asking the relevant questions, and I enjoyed it.
I asked one question, Mimi.
Maybe
I asked one question.
Two questions.
Hey.
2 questions. But how are you doing?
I'm okay, and you?
Awesome. I'm beautiful, blessed, and of course successful. But today we have a
guest. He's here.
He's here.
Yeah.
In fact, she brought him.
So he's called Kojo Sei.
Yeah.
He's a model. He is a stylist, and he's also a set designer. Ooh. And so triple threat.
Yeah.
And I like the look today. Tell us about it.
Let's start from the shoe. From the shoe.
Wait.
From the shoe.
Let's start from... give it to them. Please hold it there. Let my camera guys zoom in. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This shoe is that kind of shoe that when you are successful, you wear. You don't just wear it.
You don't sit in church, right?
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes, because if you're not successful, you wear this thing, you look like a clown. So you have to be successful to be able to wear shoes like this. And it is stunning.
Thank you.
Very bold. I like the colors. And they're complementing the beads.
Yeah.
That's color play.
Hey. Over to you, Jolate, please.
So take us through your look from top to... Okay, you want to start from bottom to top. Let's do that.
I kind of like putting colors together, and also I think it happens natural, and I also take inspiration from nature a lot, from insects, butterflies, and birds, and other species. This actually, I didn't plan it. So I just got the jacket this morning. I was like, what goes with the jacket?
Yeah.
And I went through the shoes, and I got this one. I was like, okay, halfway through, okay. What will actually break the color riot? There's a lot of colors here. Yeah. So I just needed a common color to pair them with them. I did go with black pants, and here we are with it.
And then
crazy
your
shade.
beads. I don't even know whether to call them necklaces or beads or.
I didn't know if I should remove it or not because I didn't want it to also be making noise in the body and stuff. Yeah, so.
But it complements it beautifully. Like I love it.
My own headache, in quotes, headache is that. So do you buy the things in isolation, the fashion items in isolation, just?
So what happens is that whenever I go to town and I get a fit or maybe a top, I'm not in a hurry to wear them out or anything.
Oh.
So sometimes it will be there, I won't touch them until I see something that actually matches it or something that makes it looks fashionable to combine. Yeah. So that's me. When you come to my room, I have a lot of things I've not even
worn before. I want to invade your closet. I'm sure I'll find some cool things to complement.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, I get these things from different places. Sometimes I can get a top with the same brand but different places. With get the shorts at another place but the same brand. Okay. Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes
it just happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And your shades.
Okay.
Because
they're not proportional.
You know that, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. No.
I like being very abstract. Like I don't like to look like the ordinary Ghanaian or the ordinary fashion person. I like to be known. I think that's an August born thing. Yeah. Sorry, to all Leos, I'm bringing out your secrets today. Yeah. So I'm not an attention seeker.
Yeah.
It happens naturally because I love fashion naturally. Yeah. So people who know me know that I don't look normal.
You don't look regular.
Yeah.
Regular. Yeah. I say normal because sometimes people will just decide to say anything. Yeah, just because they don't understand it. Yeah, so if I say regular, it might not be regular for some people. Yeah.
So have you, like, the way you've styled yourself, do you sit in church often?
I do, but not like this. When you're going to the market, I pick church when I'm going to the market, especially Accra, those crowded places.
Yes.
And you dressing like this, okay. They might not say anything until you are light. Then someone will be like, then
everybody starts the conversation.
They're talking about you, So I try as much to tone everything down when I'm going to the market, and sometimes your look is, triggers some prizes. So you don't have to show up looking like you can afford everything.
Exactly. That's the code.
You need to show up like
you have to do tie scarf and wear some basa dress so that because the moment you go in blazer, oh my dear, if the thing is 10 cedis, you will pay 100. You will pay 100.
I've always had a phobia for like open market. Oh. Yes, I have. And that story is not for on air.
Have you fainted today?
Worse. So I cannot completely relate, but that these small markets like that dental market, that kind of markets, Texpo, Texpo, Spentex. I think really and truly is for food.
Okay.
All those food where you get food items. It's always a very small part of. But the very big ones like Cantamanto, no, you don't see me, so I can't relate.
Don't worry.
But say you take me.
We will be able to go there for you.
For me.
When you get them, and just send it to us. We'll just add something more. That's where the styling kicks in.
You pay. You see, you pay for the comforts. You're
providing.
Probably your face is on TV, so I didn't when it is 1 CD for you it will be 50 CD. So
you see,
sometimes to save yourself the stress.
It's so painful.
I can take the 50 CDs and go and get you three times.
3 items.
3 items of that money from that money, but when you go yourself, it's just one thing you will be bringing home. Just because you are famous and
who you are.
I think it's natural.
What you're wearing.
Natural?
It's not natural. I think it's just greedy and cheating. Because why does the price change when because you've seen someone who's on television? That's not fair.
Be sincere to yourself. let's say someone like Rihanna comes to you and say, okay, I want to buy your jacket. Will you sell it to her?
The normal price?
The normal price. Would Rihanna affect the price?
Rihanna should affect the price.
Wow, you're such a Ghanaian.
Yes.
You will not give it to her the
asking-
normal price and then dash her something.
Actually, I'm going to dash her the jacket if she wants it.
Exactly.
No.
Oh, you know, Thames was in Ghana, and then she was buying something from
And the
someone,
person was trying
and
to
the
give it
person
to her.
wanted to give it to her. She said, no, I'm going to pay for it.
Yeah,
So,
I really respect her for that.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that if a band critical, I'm going to sell it to you, but I will add something
small
else to it.
Because I know you can afford.
The fact that you are even at my stand and I've gotten someone videoing you at my stand, that's enough.
That's
for
enough,
me.
yeah.
But please,
let's talk
before
about
we go on and on and on.
Still on the looks, the hair and the earrings. We haven't touched that place.
Okay, so
and I know
the earrings are let's say accessories to complement. Yeah, and also it gives you this kind of rigor, or I don't know why we want to what's the name make everything spiritual. Like I think accessories are.
But it's just only one. It's just one.
There's another one here. It's just not the same.
Yeah, this is
for her.
Yeah, like it's just accessories. I don't know why spirit has to have anything to do with accessories.
The pastor's daughter can explain.
And they like sometimes they go to the extent saying that Jesus doesn't like earring. I'm like, when you are able to open the Bible to point these things to me.
The pastor's daughter will do it right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. I think
let's be honest with ourselves. When we look at the Asians, Israelites, and their kings, some of them wore earrings.
Yes.
They were adorned with earrings and rings and all of these things. So if you really take your time to read and understand and get all of these, summaries of the Bible, you'd find things that the pastor might not preach on the pulpit. Again, there's also the bit where, there's also the verse that a man shouldn't wear a woman's clothing. And so that kind of nullifies all that you have read about or seen. But that's just on the surface level, like, okay? We're not going to do spiritual things here, okay?
It's the way he said,
But you're taking stray bullets. Yeah.
Who is that?
You're in pants.
I don't. It doesn't
apply to me.
I wear pants.
Okay, it doesn't apply to me too.
It's true. God for us all.
I wear pants. Actually, any day I would rather pants than skirts. And so, see, let God just forgive us for all of our sins if we are sinning.
Very simple and easy. We try to
just complicate things. Anyways, did you always know that this is what you wanted to do? Like you wanted to enter modeling, you wanted to do styling.
I really wanted to be a painter.
Oh.
When I was growing, I was like, okay.
You're really not regular. Everybody is saying they want to be doctor, lawyer. You wanted to be a painter.
I don't know. Since childhood, I love colors. And I don't know if it's because my mom always wants to play dress with me. Like, anytime it's Christmas, like, she wants me to stand out. So I have the exaggerated designs, everyone wants to see what I'll wear on Christmas, but I never knew it would be a thing when I grew up. I thought it was just for the childhood moments. Then when you grow, okay, back to responsibilities, and you won't get time for fashion. So I was always getting to being a painter because I like to draw.
Okay.
I always had my sketch pad, and I'm always putting some sketches down. Until school.
Okay.
Where everything changed, So when I was in school, we had
school, SHS?
SHS, Datus International.
Oh, Datus, okay. Oh, see, Datus was a friends who go to Datus, like they are rich families. So I'm telling you.
So right now that's
let's go.
So I had a friend called Annette back in school, and she was like, "Oh, Matthew, there's this upcoming school event. We need models, but we don't actually have professional models here, so we want you to play a role of a model, and you, I know it's difficult, you'll be shy, but please do it for me." And one way or the other, I got on stage, and it was like I was possessed, and I wasn't even shy at all. I was doing my all the sketches.
Was that you?
And people were
That was then.
That was
That was international.
That was then.
Model of the year.
Interesting.
Yeah. Even though I love to dress back in school, they used to call me Mustafa. But but I never thought of modeling or anything. I was just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
And because the school administration understand where I was coming from as a person, they didn't restrict my style, sense of fashion.
Yeah.
Sometimes I even throw some certain jackets on the school uniform, and they'll be like, "Okay, I think we should." So I was actually the one who inspired them to add a vest to the school uniform. Yeah.
I remember that vest.
Yeah.
Hey, what were you doing in that school?
There were 2 schools I wanted to go to. I wanted to go to Datus, and then there was, is it Goshen? Maybe I'm not Moshe James, no.
Yeah.
Hey. I used to pray and fast, say, God, please let my father remove me from this school. And it never happened. Because I always wanted to wear jeans to school. I thought it was cool. And Datus kids were just fashionable. They were just it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Yeah, so we had this show and people loved me being on the runway. So like I got this, oh, you can be a model, you can be a model. I was like, what? Okay. I love going through magazines and things, but let me give it a second thought. So this same Nanelle came back to me and was like, oh, there was this pageant, SS, they have a modeling section. I was like, why don't you try? So I tried it and it happened again. People were like, oh my God, are you a model already? Like, you can be a model. But I didn't know it, like, I was about to dive into something I wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Oh, you were just born for, you just didn't know.
I didn't know.
I guess, yeah.
So I started looking for agencies, and I was so disappointed because, I was... I don't know, to them, I wasn't...
model material?
Yeah, I was quite chubby back then.
Oh, is it?
So if I don't work for you to see how I can walk on the runway, just by me appearing, you'll give up on me. You'll be like, oh no, and sometimes you meet models and you get intimidated because back then you go for auditions and you see like
tall legs, long legs.
Also, the industry, the way it's set up, if you don't have that factor, that it factor about you, because again, you're being judged, as he's saying, you're being judged by your looks, first of all. Where you appear, they scan you from top to down, and then sometimes they even make their decisions there and then by just looking at you. And so if you don't have something that is speaking for you, for example, if right out he enters an agency and they see his hair, they see his skin tone, already he's in their good books for now.
Yes.
Then he does his work and it's like, okay,
there it is.
We're going with you.
The job.
Yeah.
Before it was like a case, like the show I get picked for never happens.
My God.
And the shows that I don't get picked, those are the shows that happens. And sometimes my friends will call me, intentionally call me, audition here for an hour, and I'll be like, yeah, they called me, oh shit, the show is not happening. So it has been like that. When they don't pick you, okay, show me, then it was more like a joke at the same time.
You're serious about this, right?
Yeah.
That's very...
Yeah, so it was, they started to be a joke, but after the call, I sit down and be like, that's where things kick in, like, would this dream actually come to life? Like, if I am the one going through this, then...
You shouldn't even pursue at all.
Yeah, so I was almost giving up. So my big sister, I think she's been on the show before, Rudalyn Osayajima. I love you very much, sis. Yeah. So she's like, oh, you can give it a try, but be sure if this is what you want to do, because I don't see any kind of impact as a model in Ghana, and career-wise, it's not advisable. So think about it. If it's something you still want to do, then you can go ahead, but I'm advising you as a big sis, like, why don't you
find something else?
So I gave up until her friend visited there one time, and she was like, oh, meet my friend, she's a model, her name, Hamatan.
Is it Hamamat?
No, like, come on.
No, don't worry, let's move on.
That's her brand name. She's not a designer, but her brand name is Hamatan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she was like, she used to be a model, so yeah, my brother also wants to be a model. Why don't you help him? So she introduced me to Spice Model. I met her, and I went through training. Job was, like, I wasn't getting job. Till audition came for Glade Fashion Week.
Ooh. And which year was this?
2016.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think 2017, 18. I think 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, within that time.
Yeah, it was within that time. So I had models talking about this audition. When you go there, when you're able to walk in, then you are done, or like you are finished. Like it sounds like age.
Yeah, top model.
Me, like I even get disappointed by look. So how come I can even just go and expect them to pick me?
Yeah.
And there was this model who was there before I came. He was like, don't embarrass yourself. Don't just go, cause.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was.
That's what
like,
he told you.
Yeah, he was like, you won't trust me. You make it, cause I've been there so many times, and I was like, okay.
But you went.
A friend convinced me to, don't mind, just go. So I was like, okay, I'll go just for the experience. So I went there, even though I know I wouldn't be picked. So it was Belinda Beidou, Claudia Lumo, and another person I've forgotten. I walked, and Belinda was like, guy, I like your height. Can you walk again? By then, I've lost weight. Like, I was training, and I was on diet, so I lost weight. She was like, walk again. That's when I knew that, okay.
Something is happening.
Oh.
So I gave him my best, and she was like, that's it. Like, come and write your name and go. Sometimes you guys have to walk so that...
Woo!
Oh my God, I'm really having goosebumps. Yeah. So when I got down from the staircase, like the walk alone made people know that you're fan.
Yeah. And you know, confidence, like, what did you say again?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
talk to me.
Back then, if there's something that models like study, when you go into the audition room and you're coming out, we always watch if you have your Z card with you. If you have your Z card with you, then meaning so normally one Z card, now they are sure. Then Uber will say, oh, did they pick you? Yeah, they said they'll call me back. And back then, Glade was the biggest thing, fashion show platform to ever dream of. And people actually cry, like they cry their eyes out just because they don't get paid. So when I got that chance, they said they would get back to me. So I was like, anytime, and back then MTN used to send a lot of messages, unnecessary sorry MTN. Yeah. So like they will send you, and you think it's you pick your phone and MTN. So last time, one time I was like, okay. Whatever will be, let it be. So I was there and I received the message. I was like, MTN again. I just picked them. I was like, Glade, you've been paid. Congratulations. I was like, yeah.
And that was it? That brought you out?
As a model, yeah.
Wow.
So since Glade, I've always been grateful for that platform. Claudia, thank you very much. Yeah. And I think she believed in me also. I think after the show, I was even on the show, I was struggling because even when it comes to designers, they want to pick people they know first before they come to looks.
Yeah.
So sometimes before they even get you, the clothes are finished. So I was still struggling, even on the show. But I was able to get two designers, Chocolate and Van Scary.
Oh, the big ones.
I know.
Trust me, it was with Chocolate. It was just pants. I got just pants, and Van Scary I got two-piece.
Okay.
And I gave in my all. And after the show, Claudia assembled all of us, and it was like, you. I'm so proud of you in front of everybody. I was like, oh my God,
I've made it.
I know. I've arrived.
Yeah. Since then, I think the designers didn't see what I could deliver on the runway. So right after that show, it opened doors for a lot of
designers,
shows and designers to pick me on
you.
Other shows. But today I'm here with one of the people who actually made my dream come true. Okay. When every photographer felt I wasn't actually what they are willing to shoot as a model, he actually took it upon himself to take pictures, professional pictures of me. Wow. And sometimes his mom will be like, are you sure you guys are taking modeling pictures? Because sometimes she will come and I'm wearing weird things. I'm like, hey, are you sure you are actually working? We're like, we are working.
Have you seen his?
Yeah.
Because his modeling images, the images. So that was one of the questions I was going to ask, because he doesn't take regular pictures.
Yes. I mean, look at what we have on the screen.
Yes, the outfits are not regular. So, do you get this question a lot about if you are a guy or you're a girl? Because the Ghanaian society, we like to put people in boxes. I mean, you are male, so you're supposed to wear masculine clothes, and you're not supposed to play with feminine clothes. And I think you are fluid in the type of outfits and the style that you create. Do you constantly get things like that?
Yes, but before I'll even answer that question, I want to make it clear to everyone that the fashion industry, in as much we want to make it like it's very inclusive and everyone is allowed and everyone, it still boils down to the fact that it's a competition. So it's either you find your spot, or you chase a sport. You actually compete with other people for a specific sport. So me being a model who struggles when it comes to this tailored suit and things, when it comes to those brands, like they want a certain kind of body. And so I was like, what do I have that would set me apart from all the models? So I was like, why can't I be a high fashion editorial model? Undefined or like,
fluid.
Yeah, so I'm more of androgynous.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So
you definitely are.
I interpret my style with my my career as a model. Yeah. And since that, I think it actually has kept me in that space and protected me for a very long time.
Because you're in your own lane.
When you say protect from what?
From competing with other models, and once someone is doing better than you, then the person is, gets. It's a competition,
opportunities.
The jobs you are supposed to get, the person, like, you'll be sharing. I'm being sincere. Some people would just say, oh, it's nothing, like, if you are good, you are good. Trust me, you can be good and there'll be
and they'll also take,
people who are also good. So you have to find your space. Once you understand what you are delivering and your art, I think everything else will fall into place. What can't be for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now with these photos that you've taken, that's your photographer, your bestie.
I wish,
what's his name, and
like how can we find him on
Instagram? Daku Photography.
Daku Photography. Is that it?
Is it DAR?
Yeah.
KU.
Daku Photography.
Yeah.
And he brings all these things to life.
Most of them.
them.
Yeah, but I've worked with a lot of photographers
as well.
But yeah, he started with me from Genesis.
Wow.
And he's still with
my
you.
boring pictures back then.
And now he's taking exciting photos of you.
Yeah, so it's like we grew up together as a team. Yeah,
I love that.
What has reception been like for these type of pictures?
Oh, so as you just said, like, it's not normal. Because it's not normal, it makes noise.
You've been on red carpets events in some crazy looks.
Let's call it crazy because we don't have a definition for it, because it's crazy.
In some crazy. What has been one of the craziest things you've put together?
I think Dibonnaire. I think 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on the show and I was late. I didn't know if I should still go or not.
Were you going as a model or like a guest?
No, like as a guest.
Okay.
I'm already in the industry, so like I wasn't there to model, but I was
you were invited to go as a guest.
And I'm known as a model also.
Yes.
It's fine. So I went there and like, you are late. I was like, yes. I was doing some small shoots somewhere before I come. I thought I was the least dressed. But when I entered, everybody was like, they were having a speech. But when I entered, everybody was like, they left the speech and they were like, I'm like, oh, this is the moment. I'm like, Kojo, adjust yourself.
Composure, Steve.
So I just went, yeah.
Oh, I love that. I think that this niche of yours that you created for yourself has also given you a certain level of confidence, because I've met him at events and the Cecily that comes to like, you better notice me, you better, you think I put all of this in?
These people, it's so hard sometimes, because when I'm in spaces, I actually want to like go and hide in a corner, but because of the work I do, I mean, obviously I cannot hide. To go and talk to people and things like that. But then you see people like this on red carpets wearing some things. And people, and they have their attention. It's just so crazy to me that you put yourself in a position like that where people don't have the choice. They just have to look at you. And they have to post about it because they know that when they post this look, they're going to get the engagement. They're going to trend. And it's just crazy to me that you love the attention like that so
You said
much.
it's an August one. It just comes naturally. Now, for you, have on a lighter note, because the producers are shouting that we have 5 minutes. So, but before we wrap up the entire conversation, have you ever been, what does no. Charlie Dior, criticized or looked into by Charlie Dior, and how do you feel on a lighter note?
Charlie's my friend.
Okay.
I've not actually.
He's not featured you on the show yet. I need it right there, say, because he's gonna burn the look.
Whether you're his friend or you're not his
Charlie
friend.
Dior looks like he doesn't play. Anywho, what are we looking at in the next couple of months, for especially 2025, for you, Kojo Sei? What are you doing this year?
Yeah, so I'm planning on bringing out my collection.
Oh,
yeah,
I love that.
It's something I don't want to uncover it now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's wait till the time.
Okay.
I think we're all ready for anything that's coming from your camp. Any other thing before you wrap up?
No, before you go, tell us where we can find you. The people, we've seen just a few of the pictures. The people want to find more.
Okay, so on Instagram and also on TikTok is Kojo Sei. I omitted the O after the Kojo because someone is already using Kojo Sei.
Okay.
So it's KOJ.SEI.
Okay.
Yeah.
On all social media platforms. If someone wants
and on
to
Facebook
hire you,
El Mateo.
Hey, boy.
El Mateo.
Yeah, so El Mateo was given to me by my friends back in the modeling agency. They used to tease me, El Mateo, and someone who asked me to accept the name is a friend of mine, Wael Zen Garden.
Okay.
It's like, Matthew, it's a nice name. Why don't you, like, I know you don't like it, but just adopt. Like, that man has actually helped my career also regarding being a stylist. Yeah, he's always been there for me. Thank you, Wael. I love you very much. Yeah.
We love you, Wael. You know it's a good place. As will come.
You have the best food. You have the best food.
He will take us on a date there, so watch out for us there. See, thank you so much. I think I enjoyed.
Your story is very interesting. I think we will delve deeper another time.
She'll have a day with you, a date.
Yeah, like a full.
Yes, exactly. So
I agree.
We'll keep in touch, especially because you're coming up with a collection. So
we have to do that one.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to love that interview. But thank you so much for coming. We absolutely enjoyed it. You guys, go and follow him and see all the excitement. People who don't know how to pose for photo,
very interesting. He's
very, very interesting. And it shows in his personality. Once he shows up, you know that this is a lot of,
show us the boots again.
Show us the boots. Yeah, it's the way he will show the boots. See the way he will show the boots. Thank you. On a regular day, someone will do like this.
Maybe if I give you one, you see 12. I'm giving you.
You are.
I don't know how to your ears.
No, hurry up and let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, You know I love me some Afro Girl on Wednesdays. And of course, she always brings big conversations and exciting stuff right here on the show. So thank you so much for being a part of it. Every Wednesday, if you want a lot of this excitement, every Wednesday, join us right here on the AM Club. Let's have fun, okay? And learn a few things about fashion, because some of you are doing so much nowadays. Come and learn, okay? Again, we'll be right back after this.
This is a call to you. The dreamers. The ones that see no boundaries.
Dreamers take a chance.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Get connected, feel the
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
To the architects of their journeys. Every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel, connecting energies.
Trailblazers aren't born. They are molded by vision, resilience, and a relentless drive to create change. Join us on April 12, 2025 at the UPSA Auditorium for an event that inspires transformation. Hear from our seasoned speakers including Kwame A.A. Opoku, author, futurist, and global speaker. Makeda Smith, founder and CEO of Savvy Chicks in Real Estate from the USA. Christian Boache Yadom, co-founder and CEO of Pizza Man Chicken Man. Ebenezer Isuman Amankwa, co-founder and COO of Pizza Man Chicken Man. Anthony Jamafer, CEO of Caveman Watches. Sir Elom J. Tete, global lead of the Psalmist International. Our keynote is from Dr. Stephen Deborah Ablometi, founder and CEO of CPL Developers. Your host for the event will be Moses B. Arthur, author and CEO of Afrimart Atlantic. Get ready to embrace an experience will inspire you to dream bigger and take courageous action. Remember, the date is on April 12, 2025. Time 11 a.m. prompt. Venue UPSA Auditorium. Remember to register with the code on your screen or with the link below. Let us unite to shape a brighter Ghana. Don't miss this moment. This event is proudly brought to you by Entrepreneurship Hub Africa in partnership with Pizza Man Chicken Man. Proudly sponsored by MX24 TV.
Welcome to Deluxe Experience Ghana, your trusted partner in creating unforgettable events. From breathtaking stage designs to dazzling lighting solutions, we bring your vision to life with precision and creativity. Our expert event planning and consultation services ensure every detail is taken so you can enjoy a stress-free experience. Capture every moment with our professional photography, videography, and live streaming services because every memory deserves to be cherished. Transform your event venues into a masterpiece with our exquisite interior lighting and permanent designs tailored to suit your style and theme. At Deluxe Experience Ghana, we don't just plan events, we create experiences. Let's make your next event extraordinary. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe. Contact us today on 0267 83 7006 or 0545 03 8620 and 0545 03 7520. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe.
Potter City and the World Prayer Center presents Dominion Praise 2025. Theme Ebenezer. That's far harder as we celebrate 10 years of Potter City and the Praying Family Chapel. Ministering in song, Nathaniel Bassi. Diana Hamilton. Nessie Chinwo. Johnson Oyekan, Joe Metal, into Kojo Mbambo, and the Potter City Choir. Your host is God Servant Nana Seyopukusako dear. The date is Sunday, the 13th of April, 2025. Venue is the Potter City, Mutual Prom, and the time is 4 p.m. prompt. Entry is free. Come, let's celebrate the Lord for 10 years of His favor, grace, and common mercies.
So welcome back from that quick break, and of course it's still your number one morning show. This is the AM Club right here on MX24. Now we're diving straight into the plug. We're throwing the spotlight on Fill the UPSA Auditorium, and this event, I don't know why I say they no one make a be MC of the event. I start the lobby, but but still, but it's fine, it's fine. We go do one at soon. I've got a very good friend, of course, Moses B. Arthur. He's CEO of Afrimart Atlantic Limited. He's a global speaker. He's a best-selling author too as well, and it's good to have him. You don't normally get these people in. Very busy, very busy. So when you get them, you grab them once and for all. Yeah. Moses, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, brother. I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's
awesome.
Good. It's actually good to have you inside the studio.
Same here. It's a pleasure to be here.
We would have wished to have that time where we'll just, get you the timing and you get to just spill it out and do whatever you do best, man.
I'm sure that time will definitely come.
It's good to have you. Amazing. Someone would say, yes, we do know about Moses. He talks, this, he does that, but you do a lot of other things, and in terms of real estate too as well. But how do you juggle up doing all these things?
It's a beautiful one. Thank you so much, Kojo. Thank you, MX, for having me on your platform this morning. How do I juggle everything? I think that, again, every man and what talent God has given him with. For somebody, it's just that one thing that they are good at, and then, they work at it to become better. Yeah. For someone, they are able to do pretty much a lot of things. But the beauty about juggling up a lot of things is that you may be the man at the front, but then you have a group of people behind you that push you. Yeah. So I'm able to do everything that I do because I have an able team and I have an active team that understands the vision of what we're trying to achieve per whatever thing I'm invested in, and then they get to work. So for instance, I'm here with you this morning on the AM show. My project, Solara Residence, a development by Afrimart Atlantic, is currently under construction. We started about 5-6 months ago. It's a 5-story, 25-unit apartment building. The team is working, but I'm here. Yeah. We're preparing for the event next week as well. Yeah. And in preparation towards that, the team is equally working, but I'm here. So one of the things that makes me accomplish the things that I'm able to accomplish is because I have an abled team that understand the vision of what we're trying to achieve per every other thing that I'm invested in, and then they get to make the vision happen. I just happen to be the guy that sits and creates, and then, everybody comes in together to be able to make it happen. So that's how I'm able to, keep everything afloat and then keep it going.
Okay, most definitely. For someone who hasn't heard about the Trailblazers Unite, briefly, what can you say about that?
Trailblazers Unite, I'm going to give it a bit of context. Okay. So in 2017, I had just completed KNUST. I was probably 21 years by then. And I set out on a journey to become a knowledge merchant, you know. And I get to do this through speaking, and then I get to do this through authoring of books. I currently, as a published author, have 3 books to my name. In 2018, I launched The Entrepreneur's Journey, an Ideal Startup Guide. 2021, I did Understanding Systems Thinking, The Modern Art of Building Learning Organizations. And then my latest book, The 7 Universal Currencies for Leveraging Anything in this World. Now, 8 years ago, when I set out on this journey, at the very core of my quest was to leave my fellow man better than I found them and the world a better place. And there's no other way to get people to become better of themselves than to feed them with knowledge, than to build them up with knowledge, because knowledge is literally the only thing that gets people built up, that gets people to be established and gets people to be grounded. So there's a philosophy I go by. I say that what you don't know in life is darker than the night. So imagine us coming into the studios and you have a bunch of keys and then the doors are locked and you don't know which key actually opens what door. You know, so just in as a speaker to mark my my journey as a speaker for the past 8 years, we decided to put together Trailblazers Unite, and the goal is to put 3,000 plus young people in the UPS auditorium with amazing trailblazers who have built amazing things, and the goal is just to bring us to one place where, you know, we can think bigger, we can dream louder, and to act bolder. And of course, if we're able to do all of these things, it just leads to one thing: it shapes Ghana's tomorrow. So pretty much that's the drive towards the event, and that's what actually birthed this vision. So in as much as on the side it's to mark my 8th anniversary as a speaker, the main goal is to spark up a desire in young people, in young Ghanaians, to be able to think bigger, to dream louder, most importantly to act bolder. Because you can think it all, you can dream it all, but if you don't take the requisite actions, you're not going to become what you ought to become. So that's the driving force, and that's what actually got us here. And we've been at it. We started this vision 8 years ago, and this is how far we've come. So it's literally one of the biggest events that any young person can look out for. Yeah.
I want us to move away, but still on the topic. This is just a social experiment that I've realized, you know, that is going on. And I would love you to talk about it, and probably if it's a myth, then probably we can debunk it. Yeah, because these days people say, oh, trailblazers, you know, global impactors, people who are speaking will just come and tell you, give you a motivation. Oh, I started with... you know, oh, I started selling plantain chips. I started that. And they feel as if that, okay, maybe there is a backstory to it. Maybe this person, their great-grandfather left them with some fortune somewhere.
Absolutely.
So they'll just come and say, oh, I started with this, I started with that. Meanwhile, there was something that was backing them. You get it. And I think it's making the youth feel like, okay, these people come and talk to us. At the end of the day, even if they have the money to do something, they might not even pump it into something that will benefit me at the end of the day. So why should I come and sit for hours listening to somebody who's already made it? What would channel me, or what would encourage me to be able to become whoever is speaking at that point?
Absolutely.
I'm sure you get this a lot.
I do.
How do we change the narrative?
Kojo, you know, the thing with that story that's been peddled about people saying that they sold this, they did that, is, first off, I want to pick it from a perspective. We live in a generation where people claim other people's anointings but refuse their sacrifices. So the average young person is claiming the anointing on Pizza Man, Chicken Man, is claiming the anointing on name any big shots they're seeing out there. But then they are not seeing the process, or they are refusing the sacrifices. And the sacrifice is what makes the process. Sadly enough, we've had a lot of Ghanaians who are successful, who have failed to teach the younger generation the process, which which is the reason why if you've been to any of my conferences or you get very close to me or you've been following my body of work, one of the things I don't shy away from is my process because I didn't just evolve. I've been becoming and I'm still becoming, you know. So we live in a generation where people just want to amass this and become it in one day. So one of the things that this event, for me, one of the things that makes my lineup of speakers very unique is because the guys that are on the bill are people I have seen them start from nothing. I'm one myself. If I told you a year ago the processes I've had to go through to be able to start my real estate business, and the truth is, case again, my mentor, Dr. Stephen Debra, is a real estate mogul in this country. He's the founder of CPO Developers. Because he's gone through process, he's been able to teach me the business of real estate. Okay. And there's a principle I always say that, show me a man who can teach you what is in his head, and you can produce what is in his pocket. It's as simple as that. So if every young person comes out there and then they say that these people don't have stories to tell, you've not known the truth. Because when you get very close to these giants of industries, you get to know the things they had to deal with. You get to know the challenges they had to go through. You get to understand their thought process and patterns. And that's where the key is. I believe that you didn't just, you know, rise to become a media personnel. You have people who have mentored you, how to anchor interviews, how to, you know, become the best of what you're doing. And that kind of mentorship is what a lot of young people are missing out on. Then there's a balance. Again, the reason why a lot of people who are successful do not necessarily want to teach the younger ones or do not necessarily want to open up to the younger ones is because the younger ones also abuse access. So somebody grants you access to him, and then the first thing you want is money from the person. Somebody grants you access to him as a big person or as a mentor, and instead of you drawing from their wells of wisdom to better your life, you actually abuse that access, and then they cut it off. Some of the times, you know, you get access to a king or you get access to somebody who is doing well in the industry, and everything you get access to, you get to see, you get to hear, and then your mouth is going out there saying. So somebody opens up to you about the struggles or maybe their private life, and they cannot even trust that you would have the wisdom to keep it within their confines. So it makes our people who have been able to build substantial businesses also want to coil in and not share their process. So there's that balance in there. So somebody just shows up and then they hear that, oh, this person said, maybe 10 years ago, I did this. Maybe 20 years ago, I did that. Maybe 10 years ago, I did this. And to them, it feels like it's not true. But truth of the matter is, as far as I come in from where I sit, for most of the guys that I have engaged with who are doing well at the top, there's one thing that is missing and that they don't share. It's their process. So when you get to hear it for the first time, you go like, oh, okay, this person is like this person is lying, but they actually did go through process. For instance, myself, if I walk you through some of my processes, you go like, a lot of people think that it just, you know, happened. Exactly. When I hear Pizza Man, Chicken Man, these are guys I knew in KNUST. I've seen process. I've seen them go through it. Their story is that if these guys share with you, I have been there with them when there was nothing. I understand when I'm hearing them. You know, if my mentor is sharing some of the things to endure as a developer in this country for 20 years, I'm like, did you go through that? But the beauty is when they share these stories, we get to also learn from them. We understand the wisdom they used in dealing with these things, and we go through. So it's that balance. And so I would plead that the elderly ones should be more open to the younger ones. But again, there's a scripture in the book of Daniel that says that, and as such as had ability to stand in the king's palace. One of the things I always say is that it is not slaves that stand in the king's palace. It is noblemen that stand in the king's palace. So when a king of an industry grants you access to him, you need to understand that you are a nobleman. And the wisdom that comes with standing with the king, you must be able to make sure that you're keeping that wisdom. In the king's palace, you see stuff. In the king's palace, you hear stuff. But the principle is the fact that your eyes saw and your ears heard does not mean your mouth should see. So it means you should guard the access that God has blessed you with to the person that you've been given access to. And I think with that balance, we should be able to have a lot of our elderly folks open up and walk us through their process so that we can also be able to become. Because truth is that you may be young, but the elderly, they've seen things that you haven't seen. And it is the guide of their wisdom that helps you actually navigate the storms of life.
Most definitely. I love that. I mean, so now nobody should... But, well, let's get straight into fill the UPSA auditorium. This would be... Which session would be this one?
Okay.
The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth.
All right. So on Chip Africa, which is my non-profit that is geared towards impacting the next generation with knowledge, is something that we started 2017. And so it's been organizing events after events. And in past, we've had the likes of Dr. Robert Obiade, we've had the likes of Dr. Ubon King of blessed memory. We've had amazing personals grace the stage. So this time around, we decided to do something bigger. I'm anchoring something maybe for the next 10 years of my life. Is why are we here if we can do great things? 3,000 plus young people in that room, and on the 12th of April, which is just next week Saturday, and we have these amazing lineup of speakers. One of the things that marks my speakers out is the fact that these are guys who have been through process. I can attest to that. And just by gleaning on that wisdom, we're trying and we're hoping that a generation will show up in that room and then they'll be ignited for the greater things that they're supposed to become. The thing about man is that every man is multidimensional. You may be sitting here anchoring the news with me today. Maybe, who knows, the next 2-3 years, you may be MP of this place.
Amen.
So, you know, there's a dimension to man, and man evolves into different dimensions. So we may gather 3,000 people, and who knows, in the next 1 or 2 years, somebody would pick a flame and will probably become the next pizza man who is employing thousands of Ghanaians. Somebody will pick a flame and will probably become the next Dr. Stephen or the next Kwame Opoku. You know, so that's the drive, that's the vision. That's why the theme is Trailblazers Unite. So you who is coming, you're a trailblazer. The people who are coming to share the stage with you and impart knowledge to you are also trailblazers. And we'll all live there becoming better versions of ourselves with the goal to make sure that Ghana becomes better. Because when you become better first for yourself, your family, and by extension to society and the country. So pretty much that's what the event is about.
So who are the speakers that we are supposed to expect?
Myself, I'm speaking. As the host, I'm speaking. I have Dr. Stephen Debra, who is the founder of CPL Developers, who's actually my mentor. I always say that if you see me do real estate at a certain pace, it's because I've had that man teach me. I have the CEO of Pizza Man Chicken Man and his co-founder Ebenezer Suman, somebody who is oftentimes behind the scenes that most people don't see. Yeah, but he's one of the forces to reckon with. And a lot of people say all sorts of stuff about Pizza Man, and I'm like, come and hear the Pizza Man story. You don't know what these guys go through on a daily, so come hear the Pizza Man story so that we can celebrate our own, because nobody has slandered KFC. Nobody will slander McDonald's if they show up and they do 100 branches. So why slander our very own? I have Anthony Jamefe, my very good brother, CEO of Caveman Watches, who's also doing amazing from ground up with what he's doing, making watches Ghanaian made, you know. So Kwame Opoku, my very good brother and knowledge merchant, you want to understand the past, where we've come from, the present, and then the future. You want to be there to listen to him. And then I have my brother, Sei Elom, who happens to be the global lead for the Psalmist International. He's going to bring us a bit of the God perspective. I don't downplay the God factor in what I do.
Most definitely.
I've had the privilege to travel the world. I've been in conferences in Egypt and in Morocco where in the middle of the conferences, the Muslims pause to pray. So I don't downplay the fact that I'm a kingdom person as well. So Sei Elom is going to speak to us a bit of the role of religion in shaping nations. And then I have an amazing woman coming all the way from the United States, Makeda Smith. Makeda Smith is the CEO of Savvy Chicks in Real Estate. She's an international sales agent, real estate sales agent, whose goal is to bridge the diasporan market to the Ghanaian and other African markets. And when she set out on this, she didn't believe it would become what it's become today. So at least young girls can understand that they can step out of their comfort zones and become as well. You know, so pretty much that's the lineup of speakers. And who knows, there may be a surprise guest showing up, because I have some surprises coming.
We're looking forward to that. So it's happening on the 12th of April, 2025. Time is 11 a.m.
Exactly.
It's absolutely free,
right? It's absolutely free.
Do we need to register?
There's a registration link, but then you just have to make your way to the UPSA auditorium on the 12th of April. The team will be there to welcome you. We'll give you August seating, and just come prepared. Come with a longing to know. Come with a longing to become. Everything you're looking for as a young person is also looking for you, but not this version of you. And the version of you that must, if you're looking for a house at Trasaco, believe you me, there's a house in Trasaco that's looking for you. But the thing is, what version of you must you evolve to become so that you can get that house in Trasaco? And the easiest way to become is through knowledge.
Easiest way to become is through knowledge. So you need to know, all right? And myself, I'm going to be there. I mean, so please. Let's come in our numbers for those of you who are looking forward. In fact, 12th of April, I don't think you'll be doing anything. I mean, it's the weekend before the Easter. So it's like a break. So come and impact or come and be impacted, all right? Most definitely. I can vouch for this. Not because I know him. Not because I know those who are coming. Please, I can vouch for this. I mean, the last time I saw it happen and I missed out, I was like, gee, how did I even miss this in the first place? But anyway, so I'm not missing this for anything. So make sure you be a part of this. And for those who want to be of support, I'm sure definitely we can come on your social. Go ahead and give us your socials quickly.
www.mosesbarthur.com, my website. The Moses Arthur, so TheMosesArthur, The Moses Arthur. When you search that on all the platforms, you'd get me. From YouTube to Instagram to Facebook to TikTok, Twitter, all the platforms.
All platforms it is, The Moses Arthur. So please, fill in the maybe we want to fill the UPSA beyond so that they know that they would have to even break the auditorium and build more. Yes, most definitely. So Moses, thank you so much for coming. So it's been a blessing having you.
Thank you.
As I did tell you, we don't get these people like this on the normal. So when we get them, we just need to, have a wonderful conversation it is. Well, to you out there, thank you so much for being a part of this show. Yes, it's been a blessing. And you know how we do. It's the AM Club every single weekday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. You know what to do. Give us a follow, MX24GH. When we're off camera on our socials, you'll get acquainted with us right there. My name is Kojo Sei. I'll see you same time tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Yes, holidays are over. We're back to business. Bye-bye.
All right.